What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. Thank you guys so much for being here. Y'all know what this is about today. We are talking Kim Burrell. Now, y'all, look, this ain't about to be nice and it ain't about to be pretty. So, if you guys don't know who Kim Burrell is, we are going to get into it. But, y'all, this is a lot, y'all. Let's get into it. Kim Burrell is a singer slash deacon. She has a church in Houston, Texas. She's our main story, but we usually start with the foolishness, and today, this Good Sunday, is no different. We gotta roast Kim Burrell, y'all. We gotta let her have it. And I'm here to do. I see y'all in the chat. I had to come as Kim Burrell today, y'all. I couldn't help myself. Y'all. So I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. We're gonna have a lot to talk about Miss Kim Burrell. But let's start. Good news, y'all. I bought myself a desk. I went to a furniture auction and I got a desk, so we're feeling real professional today. Outside of this, we're feeling real professional today. It is what it is. So we will be foolish today, but I will be donating this dress as soon as I'm done to a local church. So this is what Kim Burrell be giving, y'all. You think I'm joking? This is what Kim Burrell be giving. So I'm not far off, but we're not starting with Kim. But I'm just letting y'all know Kim Burrell is the bread and butter of this. We will be roasting Kim Burrell today. Wait, who? Okay, so y'all, let's start. Oh, Toria, before you go, uh, I don't know if you still want to go to the pool or not, but we doing this today. It's 12 o'clock somewhere, y'all. So y'all know she did. I don't know what to tell you. Not Tamar. No, this is Kim Burrell, y'all. This is Kim Burrell. Down like I got styled yesterday. The stylist is supposed to be in here. If I see her, I'm gonna shout her out. I feel pretty. Anyway, let's start with who wore it better because y'all know I like to do who wore it better. So we're going with Portia. Put in the chat and for replay gang, definitely put in the comments who wore it better. Are we giving it to Portia or Dwight? Dwight. We got Portia, Dwight. Y'all let me know in the comments who wore it better. We only got one port for one. We only got one vote for Portia, y'all. We only got one vote for Portia. Portia or Dwight. Mm, good. It's a tie. I think it's a tie got the most votes. So we're going with it's a tie. For you guys just entering the room, who wore it better? Portia or Dwight? Portia or Dwight? I'm giving it a tie. I'm giving it a tie, y'all. Oh, we got Dwight. Dwight. Cromartie, you got outbid, sir. Uh, Carolyn, we ain't doing this. So Dwight won. Also, since this is an episode of This Horrible, you know I got to do it. Everything I see horrible on the net, we got to talk about it real quick before we get into Miss Kim Burrell. Because we getting into Kim Burrell, y'all. Trust and believe, we are getting into Miss Kim Burrell today. Let's see. So there's gonna be a music festival, and y'all, this is who they chose to sing for some of your faves. Wait, where is it? Okay, here we go. Um, Aretha Franklin will be sung by this lady in this costume. It says Aretha Franklin, the first female artist to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The timeless legend Ashley Hartley will be portraying Aretha Aretha Franklin, y'all, at the Legends Ball. Uh, we got Please Don't Stop the Music. Allison Puckett is the iconic pop singer Rihanna. I Want to Dance with Somebody. Caitlin Drummond is the iconic Whitney Houston in the Legends Ball. This is the way we do Proud Mary. Taylor Travis is the legendary Tina Turner. We all know Prince is a legend, and he will be honored in spring March 20 at the auditorium. Matt Foster will be betraying Prince. Work It, Missy Elliott, multi-platinum rap and hip-hop singer-songwriter will be played by Katie Puckett. Y'all, when I saw this, I about hit the floor. Prince took me out. I think there was even Who Run the World Girls, Beyonce. Jessica Stigwell will portray the 22-time Grammy winning artist, Beyonce. Y'all, and that's why we have a That's Horrible. And that's exactly why we have That's Horrible. What is going on? Tonight, Kim Burrell is hosting my show, y'all. Definitely, y'all. I'm giving y'all a show today. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. I know you. What is this? So I'm guessing y'all aren't going to the auditorium to see the Legends Ball. Moving on. Yeah, what she said. Super chats and cash apps are greatly appreciated. Thank you, just simply. Step out of your comfort zone and show the real you. You giving. It's always one hater in the room. It's always one hater in the room. I actually modeled this off of Gabor, y'all. Just saying. Okay, so in the spirit of summer, we got to talk a little bit about the pool before we get into Miss Kim Burrell. Y'all, I saw this and I about died. Now, you can be honest in the chat. Tell me if you do this in other people's pools.
You're no longer allowed in the pool.
Your time.
No.
What is this?
Get out.
I couldn't play for y'all the rest of the clip, y'all, because it was too much cursing. But basically, this woman has been consistently peeing in the pool, and people knew it was her. So they put the chemical in the pool to find out.
You're no longer allowed in the pool.
Your time.
No.
What is this?
Get out. I knew you.
What's up? This is just a Casamigos margarita. Somebody asked what I was drinking in the chat. Tamar, are you and Nene friends yet? This is Kim Burrell. I went to an actual stylist. This was modeled after Kim Burrell, down to the sheer church dress. This is Kim, y'all. It is really hard to see in these glasses. uh, can you? Can I tuck? No, because this I can be looking. It is. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Let me readjust. So we're moving on. I saw this, and I'm not trying to say nothing negative, but there's no way I could have been in this pool, y'all. We're doing That's Horrible Summer Edition. Can you believe people are packed in like this? I'm like claustrophobic just looking at this. It's hard. I don't know how women do it with the hair. I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it. And again, that's horrible. You wouldn't catch me at one of them theme parks. I think that was somewhere in not I think it was somewhere in Asia. That's horrible, y'all. That's horrible. Okay. Whoo, child. Okay. So let's get into Kim Burrell, y'all. Let's let's get into y'all's girl, Kim Burrell. Now, before we start, let me just say this. For those of you who don't know who Kim Burrell is, she's famous. She was on the BET program, similar to American Idol, called Sunday Best. She was a judge. I would have played her video from that because one dude who was a contestant read her, but they are blocking people's channel for paying that. So instead, I'm going to let you guys see the actual Kim at the pulpit saying really nasty things about basically what she considers poor people. She is on a pulpit because they put you on a pulpit because you stand high. You're supposed to be of good sound mind and heart and preaching to the people, and you choosing to make jokes. So we're gonna play this video. Let's see. It is it is so hard to see in these. I don't know how she be doing these oversized glasses and she keep up like this. So let's share the screen. Okay.
Find you some value. Sometimes before we get friends, we have to do an interview. How long have you been broke? How many times have you changed your name on your light bill? How many of your bills in your little cousin's name? Do you live in a trailer home or a house?
Now, right there, let's start here. This is not funny. You can hear the audience is not laughing. Nobody thinks that this is funny at all. If you have been the person to have to put your light bill or your water bill in somebody else's name, that's really your business. This woman is standing on the pulpit, literally reading the congregation that pays her. And the reason that this is so disgusting to me is the fact that these people are the people that pay her. She's not doing this out of the out of some heartfelt desire to preach the word of God. She's being paid to come and preach. It's really disgusting, y'all. Looking like she look, or looking like I look, but you get the point.
And it's not about status or material things. It's just about choices. Life is different now. And we are at church. Thank God we're here. Those of us who are walking by faith without a mask and no vaccine. And so we honor the Lord. God is good. I respect all of the men of God here and respect you. Can y'all clap so I don't feel strange right about now? Hopefully we'll get a chance.
So you don't feel strange, you look strange. You got the nerve to be coming out looking like this, talking about people. And let me tell you guys, Kim Burrell's, okay, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. But again, she's being paid a fee.
And to meet each other when y'all invite me to come to your church. I'm not as expensive as I seem.
You don't seem expensive at all. Nothing about you seems expensive.
And so I don't know. Maybe you got a little left over from your PPP loan.
Says the woman with a PPP loan. Y'all, we going in on Kim today. We going in on Kim today. So for those of you who don't know, because I'm sure some of you do know, Kim got her own PPP loan. Where is it? Y'all, I really can't see in these glasses. Kimberly Burrell, she got a PPP loan. I think hers was around $23,000. She's listed as a single member LLC being owned by a male. So unless Kim got something to tell us, why is her LLC, which is single person, single member owned, showing that it's by a male? None of that even makes sense, y'all. And you're so rich, why can't you pay? It's a single person. So I'm pretty sure that people are going to be looking into her PPP loan quick. It does show that it has been closed, meaning it was in good standing. So whether she paid it back or not, we don't know that, but I'm pretty sure the detectives are going to be on it. Anytime you say some stuff like this and you go viral and you're about to get canceled, all her skeletons is about to come out. Every single one of Kim Burrell's skeletons is about to come out. And let's continue.
Prayer, praise, and power. You understand? Amen.
No, we don't understand. We don't understand nothing about your nasty ass.
Isn't the Lord great? Amen. Amen. And so, I like coming here because
they are paying you. You like coming there because they are paying you.
The ground is already tilled with great personality like Dr. Karn. Because one thing I love about him, he's deep in the word, but he knows how to have great humanity. And most don't understand his personality because he is truth personified. And he tells the type of truth that makes most uncomfortable. Because who likes to be told you're just ugly? No one likes to be told that, especially when they have realized it. All right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just want to let you know. So anyway, y'all get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet.
She hasn't chosen anybody to be ugly yet. Who made her the decisioner on this? Do y'all see this outfit? Do you see this hair? Do you see these glasses? Who made Kim Burrell the decisioner on who's ugly and who's not? Let me tell you, this reminds me of the nasty side of the church. This reminds me of the people who go to church just to see what you're wearing and just to show off their new Cadillac, or just to show off the fact that their husband just got a promotion and they got a new ring or a new piece of jewelry. Everybody is not like that. And the average person going to church is probably riding the bus. The average person going to church is giving their tithes of 10% that they may not necessarily have, but they're doing that for God, not for some. I'm trying here, y'all, because I'm trying not to go so hard on her, but for a person of God to literally sit there and admonish people because they don't have the money that you've had, that they actually put into your pockets so that you could go get a lap band surgery. The minute this woman started losing a little weight is the minute that she got nasty, and she's a nasty piece of work. There's nothing worse than somebody who stands on the pulpit and stands in judgment of other people. Nothing. And the church gives her pass after pass. That booty is I didn't say it, y'all said it. Okay, let's keep going.
God is good. God is great. You all look great. Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you.
Y'all. With this weave, you over here talking about what other people's hair looks like? And it only got worse after she talked about the gays. As soon as she talked about the gays, her hair was looking even worse. This is the woman who's standing in decision of what people look like and what money they have in their pockets. What about this is godly? Kim Burrell needs to be ashamed of herself. The woman is trash. She's trash, and she knows she's trash. Let's move on. Let's keep going.
I have a great personality. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing.
I don't think she has a great personality. Y'all can put in the chat if y'all are just taken aback by her personality, her looks, or anything else. And on this channel, we expose body shaming. But for this woman, she gets what she gets. Let me put my banner up. Oh, not that banner. Because this ain't alleged. This came out of her mouth. Let me stop sharing screen. She low-key funny. Oh, is this Phaedra? My bad. I thought it was Kim. Let me take this picture down. Before we move on to her apology for this, I just want to say, in all seriousness, once you are anointed by God, there is an expectation and a responsibility for you to be an upstanding, upright citizen of God. Going on a pulpit that you are paid to preach on, to talk about people's money or their lack of money, or the fact that they live in a trailer home is disgusting. And everything that Kim Burrell gets as a result of this is well deserved. So let's move on to her apology.
Burrell, I'm sorry. I mean it. I mean that. Not from the letter, from my heart. I released a letter 2 days ago. It did not convey right at all. And I must tell you this, it was from an attorney that asked me to do it because the latter part, y'all know I know, it was offensive. It should have been. It was not my intent for it to be, but it was her wording to say they need to be aware because of the person you are. And I said, nah. My friends called me and said, no, there are still people who are hurt from the part of them that they love about you. Come back. That's not the only reason I came back, because I still said, come on, but they didn't feel my heart. I came back because I do.
Girl, you don't have fans like that. Don't nobody care about you. You're the fourth member on the panel for Sunday Best. Nobody cares about you. Random people who can't sing read you. People like me make fun of you. You released that letter from your attorney because that first apology, everybody knew was BS. Flat out. Hard stop, period. We all knew it was BS. And you kept getting backlash and you kept getting canceled. And I wouldn't be surprised if more of her paid appearances got canceled. I would not be surprised. So this, y'all, I want you guys to really look at what she's wearing. You got in trouble for making fun of people the way that they look and the way that, and tell me I don't look like her. Tell me this ain't a Kim Burrell representation. Look at her sweatshirt, y'all. It says millions, billions, trillions. This is a slap in the face to everybody who you are allegedly apologizing to. It's disgusting on every level. It's disgusting.
Love you. This ain't about dates. This ain't about keeping my career. This is about keeping the love real. I love you guys so much. And I'm really, truly sorry. I did not want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't plan on hurting you. And I pray that you will heal from this. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Wait and see. I do.
Girl, we're not buying it. Kim, we are not buying it. Nothing about Kim is making any sense. The apology is BS. We all see through it. What happened is why I don't mind cancel culture in some situations. Her pockets probably got hit because churches don't want this kind of publicity. Churches don't want to pay this woman to get on the pulpit and be nasty. People do not want to pay money to see this woman do these kind of nasty things. And it's not the first time. Let me go back, because remember, she's a woman of God. She's being paid money from a church. And y'all know that churches don't pay taxes. They don't have to pay taxes. They collect stuff, they collect their tithings and everything, and they pay ministers prominent like her to come in, because I understand that as a business person, that brings more people to your church if you can have celebrity people. It only makes sense. But this ain't the kind of celebrity you want for your church. We will be dragging her all the way through, and I will be opening the phone lines a little bit later for anybody else that's interested in dragging her too. So we move on, because this wasn't the first time, and it wasn't even the biggest time that she did some I'm trying to stay monetized, y'all, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Let's move on to when she decided to criticize the gays. Where is it? Okay, let's see.
To free you. Yeah. You claim women 2017 will die from it. You claim women in God's house in 2017 will die from it. Y'all came to hear about cars, I came to tell you about Satan. Come on. That sin nature, I get down wrong with the other one, but that perverted homosexual spirit is a spirit of delusion and confusion, and it has deceived.
So this woman on the screen is talking about the spirit of delusion and confusion. This particular woman. Now, the behind the scenes tea, allegedly, y'all, is that her husband was having a homosexual relationship. And that's why she goes so hard on the gays. But I don't know that Kim Burrell is the right person to be giving anybody any criticism on anything that they do looking like this. I want to see more of this look. Y'all, okay, so let's keep pushing. Let's get
Many men and women, and it's called a stain on the body of Christ. And those homosexual spirits have been angry, and they come up against it. You gotta love everybody. Just spit out the serpent. Come on. You cannot give instruction to God holiness with that much perversion. You as a man will open your mouth and take a man's penis in your face. You are perverted, and you cannot tell me what thus said the Lord. You're perverted. Right. Come on.
y'all.
I'm gonna just sit this right here until I can get whoever wants to be on to be on.
So we moved on to her apology. Now I'm gonna take Slimer off the screen so that you can see what she came on looking like. Because y'all remember in that first video I showed you, she was talking about people's hair and how they had covered their ugliness with a cap. And so she, the decisioner of who's ugly or not, was not gonna call them ugly because they had covered their ugliness. But this is how she chooses to come on Instagram Live with hair like this, synthetic. Let's keep pushing through.
I have had a lot of years in the eye of the public doing what it is I do. And everything that I've ever done has
Eyelashes coming
been
off like Sheree from Beverly
just for the
Hills.
public. I'm signing on here because people matter. And I'm not running from anything. I love you guys too. Don't you all listen to me. Listen to me. Don't you become frazzled. We're not in a war against flesh and blood. We're not in a war with that. Hi to everyone. We're not in a war against flesh and blood. I came on.
But she had just said that men who take other men's penis in their mouth are going to be eternally damned. That sounds like a war on flesh and blood to me.
on because I care about God's creation. And every person from the LGBT and anything else, any other kind of thing that is supporting gay, I never said LGBT last night. I said SIN. And whatever falls under sin was preached. Now, what was posted was not all I preached too, but only that. Isn't that something? That is designed of the enemy to make it look like I have a personal agenda against people.
Oh, wait, we got some inside
It's a
information.
heartbreak, but it's the world we live in.
Company Confidential says, flashback, she came to our church. She said, get your toes done, fix your hair. You never know who you may meet. I just want to let you guys know of what her hair looked like. Just a reminder of what her hair looks like all the time. And it only got worse after she talked about the gays. This is what her hair looks like. This is the woman passing judgment on the way people look. This is Kim Burrell. Okay, let's keep going. Thank you for that insight. So this ain't just something she preached one time. She's over here. She's been judging people. She's just a messenger. Exactly. Backpedaling and pussy popping. Okay. Let's continue.
We fight for so much, but for the right thing. To the carnal, all things are carnal. And to the spiritual, all things are spiritual. Don't you understand? I know that people are going to be mad. I have to do what God tells me to do. And I'm passionate about what I do. And when people take it personal, especially if we've never met, you know that the enemy is setting that up. I only signed on for.
You're the enemy. Let me pause. I'm going to show y'all what her face looked like on this video. The judge, the decisioner of what's right and what's wrong in the looks department. This is Kim Burrell. This is the Kim Burrell passing judgment on people. This is what her video looks like. This is Kim. Hair, makeup, everything is flawless and on point with you. As far as I knew, God said, come to church as you are. He'll take everybody, the downtrodden, the poor, the sinners. He takes everybody. So what makes her decide that she's the decisioner, the judgment passer on what people need to be looking like when they go to church or with how they're paying their bills? Y'all, Miss PPP loan herself. She wants y'all to spend y'all's PPP loan to call her. Is that what PPP loans are for? Is that what people do PPP loans for? To make sure they need to use the rest of their PPP loan to get her to come to their church to preach a sermon so she can admonish people, so that she can call people ugly and poor. This woman, child, work ain't honest, but it pays the bills, I guess. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Let's continue. Actually, let's get off Kim. I'll drop the link at the end of this so that you guys can share your thoughts on Miss Kim Burrell. Make sure so far that you guys have liked the video. I'm giving you guys That's Horrible Foolishness today. And if you just came in, I will be donating Kim Burrell's outfit to a local church. Because that's what we do around here. In good news today, before we get on to Ricky Martin, I want to let you guys know that I hit a milestone. I hit 1 million views. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has followed my channel, subscribed, all my members. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. In 1 year's time, I have amassed 1 million views on YouTube cumulative and 6,100 Instagram subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to me, definitely please subscribe. It helps my channel. This was like a really big day for me when I hit 1 million. That feels like a big number. I know some people get like 1 million on one videos. Mims, what is going on? I'm not Mims today. I'm Kim Burrell. Uh, I want to say thank you guys for everybody, for all of my foolishness, for putting up with me and everything. It has been a long year, but I have really enjoyed coming on here. I enjoy dropping the link, talking to you guys. I really do appreciate all the support. Let me take it off. Thank you so much. 1 million views and 6,000 subscribers in 1 year is absolutely amazing to me. I feel so blessed, and not blessed by Kim Burrell, blessed by God, not blessed by the likes of people like her. So let's continue on. I'm giving you guys this Ricky Martin story because I came on and gave you guys the accusations, and really, I like to give all sides of a story. Um, I feel like I'm still 50-50. If Ricky, sorry, so the story goes Ricky Martin was allegedly dating and somewhat, I guess, abusive and stalking his nephew. Supposedly they dated for like 7 months, and then the nephew called it off, and then Ricky allegedly was going crazy and showing up at the boy's house in Puerto Rico all the time. He is a blood relative. He is Ricky Martin's half sister's son. The new information that has come out is that all charges were dropped. I told you guys they had a court hearing on the 21st of July. Um, all all charges have been dropped against Ricky Martin. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna let you guys hear what he had to say about the subject. I don't know what to believe. I do know that his career will forever be tarnished with this. Where is it? Here we go.
Today because I really need to talk in order for me to start my healing process. For 2 weeks, I was not allowed to defend myself because I was following a procedure where the law obligated me not to talk until I was in front of a judge. And God, this claims were proven to be false, but I'm going to tell you the truth. It has been so painful. It has been devastating for me, for my family, for my friends. I don't wish this upon anybody. To the person that was claiming this nonsense, I wish him the best. And I wish he finds the help so he can start a new.
If that nephew was lying, y'all, he does not wish the nephew the best. He wants this boy to go to hell if he was lying. Now, I'm not saying it's a really fantastical story to say that you were dating your uncle. I will say this because, we shady over here, but you're 21. If you were dating your uncle, you're also partly at fault for this. If this was a true story, you should have been prosecuted as well, not just Ricky Martin. I don't know what's going on in Puerto Rico where the law is just if you're having relationships with a blood relative, the one who is the aggressive one is the one. No, if the law is the law and you can't have that type of relationship with your family member, y'all both need to go to jail. I don't even know what that was about. It's not Mims. Y'all, let me put it in the chat. I am not Mims today. I'm Kim Burrell. Period. I'm Kim Burrell. It's in the chat. I can't pin it, but I'm Kim Burrell. So I don't know. Y'all can put in the chat if you guys believe Ricky, if you believe Ricky or you believe the nephew. I'm 50-50. I really don't know what to believe, but it is a little fishy that only Ricky was the one who was being put up on charges. If you are having that type of relationship with a family member and it's illegal, then you guys should have both been brought up on charges as far as I'm concerned. But, congratulations to Ricky for, he didn't show up to court, but I think he was there virtually. And for everything being dropped. Before we move on, let me just say this, because it's not just Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell is not the only issue. We got a pastor over here literally preaching. He says, pastor says Jesus hadn't returned because people haven't donated enough cash. This is where we are. And I'm not talking about all religions and all churches, but I'm saying that there are some people out here who do not deserve to have pastor, deacon, priest behind their names. It's not just Baptist. It's not just Catholic. There are a lot of people out here on some F stuff. I needed this look today, a little something for the collection plate. Thank you so much, Fifi. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. And Fifi is also a member. If you want, maybe I'll put this wig up for auction. But no, it's disgusting. It really is disgusting at this point that people are literally out here telling other people to use their PPP loans to get them to come to preach at their church. This is a little information on this particular, I think he was a pastor. Let me see, it's really hard in this wig. During a recent 4-day live TV event, I don't like this. We're not gonna do this. Y'all can read it if you want. These glasses are wearing me out. Evangelical pastor claims Jesus hasn't returned because people are not donating. Right-wing evangelical pastor Jesse Duplantis claims that Jesus has not yet returned because people are not donating enough money to churches. Where in the Bible is that what they preach? Where in the Bible do they preach that you have to donate to the church in order for Jesus to return? Yeah, because Christ cares about cash. Does it have to be American dollars? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link before I start my Angela Simmons story. Anybody's welcome to come up to talk about any of the topics we've already discussed. Sorry. Kim wears synthetic wigs, so I had to get a synthetic wig with the cap showing. And it pushed back. Y'all, this Casamigos. Okay, so the last story, the reason I wanted to share with you guys about Angela is because Angela actually got a lot of positivity. Now, when I initially saw Angela's picture posted, I was thinking, I think she looks good. But then I saw what people were saying about her. I see a couple people in the background. I'm gonna let you guys up. I'm just gonna finish this story first. I thought she looked good. I always thought Angela was a cute girl. But then I started seeing the comments and people were talking about her and calling her fat and stuff. The reason I thought this was a good story to discuss was because those people who made those comments got most of the backlash. The people who made those comments were getting their asses ate up by other people saying, you need to support a real woman. This is what a real woman's body looks like. And that gave me some hope because we had already discussed how people were being body shamed all the time. It is super dope that so many people went up for this woman because there's absolutely nothing wrong with her body. Could the bathing suit have been a little bigger? Yes, it could have been, but that, that's neither here nor there. So this was Miami Swim Fashion Week. Angela Simmons walking the runway. I'm gonna give you guys a taste of what she looked like in motion because the girl, I think she's beautiful. I've always thought her and her sister were really attractive. Let's see. Y'all, I'm not kidding you. This get up. I don't know how she must have a driver. I don't think that Kim Burrell could drive in these shades. I don't see it. Oh, wait, I got a super chat. You should use the glasses and wig as a membership giveaway. Y'all don't want this synthetic wig. Mims, you was just gagging on Kim's looks. You know what, Crow Marty? I figured somebody like yourself would say something like this. I was talking about specifically Kim Burrell berating people's looks. I just showed you Kim's looks and hair. If people felt it was a gag, that's on Kim. That ain't on me. But thank you, Cromarty, for trying to point that out. I knew it was gonna come from somebody like you. Okay, so I'm just gonna before I start bringing people up, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what she looked like in motion because she really served it. And the fact that she released the unedited pics, to me, that says that she is comfortable in who she is and she really doesn't care what people are trying to say about her. No, I do love Cromarty. He's one of my faves. Okay, Angela Simmons. Okay.
So Angela Simmons walked the Met Collection at the Miami Swim Week, and
She looked great. I think Angela absolutely. Oh, wait, my bad. Hold on. That's my bad. I left it up. I think she looked great. I think she was confident. And I like the fact that this woman is over here showing you what a real woman's body looks like. And she's confident enough to release unfiltered pics. I really do wish people would get off her, but I want to tell you guys, it definitely did something for me personally to see so many people defending what a real woman looks like. So that's why I wanted to share that story. I don't just give you guys the negative stuff. I want to give you guys the positive stuff too. So what's up, Corey? What's up, Autumn? What's up, Colby? Hey, everybody.
Hey.
What's good?
You tell me
Not
what's
that
going
wig
on.
though.
You jealous. Corey, don't be a hater your whole life.
Mims, I
Don't
have to
hate your
say your level of dedication for this channel is bar
Mm-hmm.
none. Like the lengths that you're willing to go to for us is outstanding. But sweetie, you really don't have to do all of that for us. You really don't. You
Exactly.
don't.
You don't need that wig back.
You don't.
y'all are
You are
jealous.
beautiful without it.
Y'all are
Exactly. We love you
jealous.
just the way you are. We
Don't
don't
hate.
need the
Don't act like
gimmicks.
Kim. Don't act like Kim. Don't act like Kim. Now, what you got to say?
I just want to say that Angela has no stomach. I can't see any cellulite. The girl is working. Okay.
Angela. Okay.
Why's Flame Monroe up there?
Because that's all men see.
Now we're not gonna do Flame Monroe like that. Okay. We're not gonna do he, she, we like that.
Okay, so what you were saying about Angela. Finish what you were saying, Corey, about Angela.
She for her to have had a son, she has no belly, she has no stretch marks. This girl's body is to die for. And this is what a real woman looks like. She has real hips, she has a real booty, she has real breasts. She didn't buy any of it. Okay? We
I'm
need to
with you.
stop buying bodies.
That's why, like I was saying, I chose to put this story up because I had showed you guys when they body shamed Rihanna and Nicki Minaj on a video. But there was maybe of the thousands and thousands of comments, maybe 10 were ugly about her. And underneath each one of those comments, people were wearing them out. Anybody who said something negative got wore out. And there was like thousands compared to the 10 that I found that were negative. So I'm thinking that we're coming to a point where real women's bodies are going to be appreciated again. I know Shanae, the one who was dating Kanye, was playing football. I couldn't show you this video because it kind of exposed her body a little too much.
Oh, okay.
But Shanae, if you guys remember, Shanae was dating Kanye. She's a Kim lookalike. She was playing football in something similar to what Angela was wearing, and people were saying she looked like a G.I. Joe doll.
Really?
But I'm saying because her body doesn't have like a natural shape at all. It looks really good in clothes or whatever if you like that synthetic.
Yeah.
But when people saw who this woman, because they were applauding the way she looked in her body image prior to, and I'm like, okay, I juxtaposed Angela and this fashion week where people praise the natural body to now people are now degrading the Kim Kardashian bodies. Y'all know Kim Kardashian got her butt removed, and so did Khloe.
They're trying to whiten themselves back up, doll. That's what that is.
Where are you guys at? Anybody else have anything on Angela?
She looks
I,
good.
I was gonna say I'll add she does look beautiful. I guess just because I'm from an older school of thought, I don't get it when anybody feels the need to show their body. I don't understand why it's necessary for anybody to do it, whether you look good, look bad, whatever the case may be. To me, it comes off like, why do you need other people's approval? Why do I need to see your bathing suit? Why do I need to see flicks of you in every pose? I just don't understand that. But outside of that, if you're strictly going by, oh, natural woman's body and this, that, and the third, I don't see nothing wrong with the girl's body. She looks fine. But I think everybody looks fine. Be comfortable in your own skin. Embrace you. You don't need everybody to like you.
I'm with you.
That's true. As long as the
Colby?
man in her life likes it, I'm good with it.
We'll break it
And even
down.
if he doesn't, as long as she does. Your
Right.
standard don't have to be no man, or it don't even have to be your mother. It needs to be you. Are you happy when you look in the mirror? If so, keep it pressing.
I
There
already
is
know
somebody
she's
for
okay with her
everybody.
body though.
There is
Exactly.
somebody for everybody.
hmm
And
Oh my!
that's
You know what, Mims? You know you
Somebody.
ain't right.
What?
there's somebody for everybody out here. Where you at, Colby? You quiet. And you never
Well,
quiet.
well, I just wanted to give my opinion about Kim Burrell. I'm not
Okay.
familiar with her entire history, but I feel that we're being a little hard on her again. I think that,
Oh Lord.
well, okay, cool. Here's my thing. Okay, I understand if people feel her comments were homophobic. I totally respect that. But if her husband played around on her with the man, then that means I totally understand why she would feel that way. It's just like if a young girl messed with her husband, she probably wouldn't like young woman. If a young Asian woman messed with her husband, she probably wouldn't like Asian women. I think it doesn't matter. So if it was a dude, then of course she's going to have some hostility. And if the Bible backs her up too, of course she's going to use that to shame her husband and whoever else that was trying to play with her husband. So that's how I feel about that. But again, if that wasn't the case, then I totally understand those accusations.
Well, that was
But
alleged. I don't know
okay,
that to be
okay,
true, but that's alleged. So I hear what you're saying,
uh,
Colby. But I would say that if one Asian person does something wrong to you, and now you feel like all Asian people are going to do something wrong to you, I don't know that that's the right mindset to have. I
oh no,
get
I
what you're
agree with
saying.
that.
It's
Especially coming from
subjective.
a pulpit.
It's
Well, I
subjective
totally.
that how your personal experiences do kind of play a role in how you perceive the world. I totally get what you're saying. I just think that this woman is a woman of God, and if she let her husband do that to her, and now every gay person is now going to be the target of such hateful speech on the pulpit. I don't know that that's. I don't think that she deserves people's PPP loans to
But
come
then
and
she
preach
deserves
that.
PPP loans, like based on her beliefs regarding that, or okay. All I'm saying is that I mean, I just feel like for a few weeks I can understand her being sensitive, regardless of who her husband messed with, whatever the group. But regarding the hair combing part, I mean, she is old school, and back in the day, I'm Gen X as well. I mean, none of the girls that I knew could go outside unless their hair was combed, and that's how we were raised. And to go to church, when she looked out in the audience to look in pews, she saw a lot of hats. And if people don't want to comb their hair for Jesus to even go to church, I could understand her disappointment, especially coming from a culture where even little girls, you can't go nowhere unless your hair combed. You took pride in combing your hair. I know women back in the day would take them 4 or 5 hours to get ready to do their hair, and they done it with pride. So for this new generation, they don't want to comb their hair, don't want, I'm just saying, I understand her feeling disappointed. And then regarding what she was saying regarding shaming people, regarding their finances, she's probably one of very few women that could command to be paid a certain amount of money to preach or whatever she does. I mean, when other men do it, they probably get paid 4 or 5 times whatever she gets. No one is saying that they're wrong for commanding those fees. We had Creflo asking for jets and Philippe Patek watches. So when this woman, one of very few women that wants to go out there and be proud that she can command a high fee and she's respected amongst an industry that don't even want women preaching at all. There's some Christians that don't believe women pastors should even exist. So to have a woman that can preach and she has confidence and she can check the females, don't want people like Kevin Samuels checking you. Can a woman of God, a Christian woman that has had some challenges with her weight or whatever, can she check her own
No,
women? That's all I'm saying.
no.
Like,
Can I say this, Kobe? With all due respect, I get all the different points you made, but that has nothing to do with what actually came out of her mouth. What she was talking about was people living in trailers
okay.
and putting gas bills in other people's names and other stuff. Had nothing to do with women not being allowed in the pulpit and not getting paid the same as men. And those are different issues, and they all are valid issues. But that's not what this is about. So a lot of times when the discussions come up, we don't stick to what's actually being talked about. We go
Mhm.
reaching for other stuff to justify foolishness. And that in itself is wrong. At the end of the day, basically what I hear you saying is hurt people, so it's
Mhm.
okay. But it's not okay.
No, it's not okay. It's to be expected. You know what I mean? I live in a real world, so I expect people who are hurt to be a little raw after that. That's just reality of it. You know,
Well,
after
and I
someone
put
goes
you
through a
on that
tragedy
point.
or a personal thing, they are a little raw, regardless. So I
Mhm.
know that. I've been around, I've seen it. So I don't expect anything otherwise. I respect that and I give people their distance and patience to get through whatever they're going through. That's the way I look at it. And I try not to judge because when you're in that situation, you don't know how you would react. To sit there and go to church and get married in front of God and a rumor happens that her husband may have swayed, you don't know what emotions that may provoke out of you once that situation actually happens to you. We all love everybody until we get put in a
Then
situation
she
where
should
we're
stay out the
challenged and our
pulpit.
real emotions come out.
She should stay out the pulpit until she get her therapy and get her mind right. I do
Good
not
point.
want
Good point,
no
Corey.
one. I don't want no devil, no false,
Not the devil.
yes, no false prophet come to me
Oh my
and give
God.
me a tainted word on the preference that it is supposed to be from our Lord and Savior. I do not want that.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's evil.
You
That's
can
beyond
keep that.
evil.
You can keep that.
I don't even
Because
want to.
there are so many pimps in the pulpit right now
That's so
who,
But there
blasphemous,
always has been.
disgusting.
yes.
Colby did make a good point a little bit earlier. Sorry, I didn't do my disclaimer. Fair use, guys, fair use. We're doing research.
I cannot take men
Creflo,
seriously right now.
I don't
I
know how
know.
much, I don't
I
know how
cannot
much
believe he's
I don't
dead
know how much
serious in that dress and wig.
backlash,
Okay, let me see.
I don't know how much backlash Creflo got for saying that God wanted
I
him to have
can't.
a jet. And I can say that this is not alleged. It came out that his church already had a jet, and that older jet was from like the 80s, and his wife and daughter were using that jet to fly into Paris to go and shop.
Yes,
Nothing to do
Miss
with the
First
Cat.
of
church.
all, it's harder for a rich man to get into heaven than a camel through a needle.
Oh, you
So,
better preach,
so
girl.
there's that.
Preach.
So
I'm with you.
anything that says otherwise is literally blasphemous, lying, being manipulative, being evil. Point
Bingo.
blank.
I'm
Can I
with you,
say
Amy.
this? Now,
Sure.
Kobe,
Robin, come back up too. I saw you were here and you dropped.
now I want to make sure I say this. Kobe, a lot of things you said I agree with. And I'm going to
Me
start
too.
by saying I am a church girl, born, raised, bred. And I'll be the first one to tell you there are so many issues in the church, we wouldn't know where to go to start to correct them. But the way that I was brought up and the way that I was taught was that you have to use your own discernment. Okay. I wasn't taught that the man sitting next to me or the man in front of me or even the man in the pulpit is above me or that I need them to get my prayers up to God. I have the same link to him as the person ahead of me. Okay. So
I
I
always
don't.
intuitively felt that too, despite
Oh,
being Catholic. It's weird.
okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, when these people come and show us who they are, you're supposed to believe them. There's
Yep.
a movie called Left Behind. It's an old movie with Kirk Cameron.
Cameron, yep. I know
Yes.
what you're talking
And
about.
it shows you how just as many people are going to end up going to hell from the pulpit and from the first rows of church than anywhere else around the world. Okay. So with keeping that in mind, I thought by watching the Kim Burrell thing, at first I laughed. I thought it was the funniest thing I had ever heard. I thought it was a joke. I didn't believe that she actually was real. And then I had to watch it again and again. And it got funnier and funnier
Goodness.
to me. And I guess the reason it got funny to me is because I remember my pastor preaching. God bless the dead. He actually ended up passing of COVID during the pandemic. But he was my pastor for over 30 something years. And right before 2020 and like 2019, he started preaching about how the snakes were going to start coming up from the ground and things were going to be exposed.
Mhm.
Well, lo and behold, 2020 happened. What does 2020 stand for? Complete clear vision, right? The
Yep.
Mhm.
pandemic happened and people literally
Pulling the
started showing
veil.
their natural behinds and they showing you who they are. At that point, I can't get mad at you for showing me who you are. I don't
You should be
respect it.
grateful. Be like, thank you,
Exactly. I
Jesus,
don't
for
respect
revealing.
anything that she said. I don't agree with the things that she said, but I thank God for exposing her. And what's
Yep.
better to being exposed than to being exposed by your own self, your own
Amen.
words? So then they can't be disputed. Can't nobody say, well, you don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they took it the wrong way. We all heard it. So now it's up to you. What do you do with that information? And if
Hmm.
she didn't come out and verbalize it, then people would have no problem with continuing to support her, continuing to be there for her, whatever. But that still was in her heart. That's still in her
Mhm.
mind. So at least now we know where she stands. And then with knowing where she stands, you can make a clarified judge decision on what level of support, if any, you
Facts.
want to give towards her. So I thank God that she got up there and did that little spiel. So now we all know where she is. But
That was a
people,
gift.
yeah, let's be clear. She's not the only one that feels like that. So when these men of God and women of God and people of God, and I don't care even if they don't say that they are of God, but since we're talking about of God, when people show you who they are, believe them. And don't be surprised when they fall and
Oh my
everything's
God.
exposed and you find out that they just as raggedy as you or the person sitting next to you or the person behind you or you 10 times you in your heart feel you better than them. Don't be surprised. Don't put nobody above yourself and hold these people up as idols. That's the one thing that the
False
Bible says.
idols.
Exactly. Don't put no man
Beware.
above God. Exactly. Beware. It's
Mhm.
only supposed to be one true God, and that's it. And he does not reside here on earth. So
Nope.
if you fall for it, that's on you. And that's what I had to say.
I know you
Well, we
better
do
tell
come
it.
from a
You were in my
culture
head.
of,
I'm sorry. I
well, we
didn't
do
mean to
come from
ad
a
lib,
culture
but
that
you were
has
just
a
like
lot of
speaking
that,
from my
though.
head right then.
Well, I'm saying that, okay, so I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, we've also been raised upon a culture where the pastor has always been a little flashy. He's always had like a fancy car, and the congregation is poor, and he comes in with nicer suits and everything. So we've
Oh
always
my
come
God,
from a
Mims
culture, and
Monroe.
we wouldn't even respect a pastor the car wouldn't start. Is driving a Toyota Tercel. So after the church, his car is not working in the back. We don't come from a culture that looks highly upon that. So all of our pastors traditionally are middle class, are higher. And that's the culture that Kim comes from. We don't come from a culture where the pastor can be poor like the rest of us. We want our pastor to look great. We want our pastors to drive like he's doing well. This is the bulk of what we really come from in our culture to go to church. I come from a church. My grandfather is a pastor. My brother is still a pastor, a televised pastor. So I come from this culture completely. And that culture wants their pastor to look that way. They want their pastor to look like Kim. That's the big hat culture with the fancy people where it's all competitive. They want to look good. And all she's saying is that she sees a difference from the way it probably was back in the day, where she sees like women coming into church with bonnets and their hair not combed. Again, that's not the culture that we come from. Old ladies that can barely move would press their hair and go to church and look decent in the morning, 70 and 80 years old. We've all seen it. So if 70 to 80-year-old women in wheelchairs can get up and do their hair and go to church and look presentable, all someone like her was saying is that she was saying to her own people, not a man saying it, was a woman saying to her own people, y'all can do better. And coming from a woman that used to have a lot of issues, I think her story is inspiring. She looks way better now than she used to. She
Those
seems
70, 80,
confident.
those 70, 80-year-old women that came in a wheelchair who had their hair pressed, the people like my grandma who didn't come from any money, might be the same one from a trailer home. You're giving this woman a lot of grace when she opted not to give any of these people any grace. Her sole purpose was not to say, I want you guys lifted up and to come to church looking presentable. That's how I was taught too. I was raised in the church, and that was my grandmother. Every Sunday we were there, and actually she had us going to church Monday through Friday for like a 45-minute mass. But this woman was not well to do. And the fact that Kim looks down on people from trailer homes or people who don't have another way to get utilities, it's not like she said that she wanted people to use their so-and-so's credit card to get some designer clothes. She's talking about people who don't even have the credit to get water, air, power at their house. That is what she chose to make fun of. And it's
disgusting.
I can't give her that grace because this is what she presented to us. She presented this on the pulpit and she was paid to do it. So to me, it feels more like, what is that called? Like the Joel Osteens where they preach prosperity. That's what it felt like. And
that's not real Christianity. That's
the average church payer is not gonna be Joel Osteen. I know for a fact Joel Osteen has not just one house. I think he has 5 houses on a plot of land and a Ferrari and everything else. And I'm just like, to each their own. But this was not the church to do it. This was not a church full of millionaires. These were regular people who pay their tithes to get you to come on the pulpit and preach the word of God. And you're choosing to admonish them for living in a trailer, looking like this.
Okay, the trailer was a low blow. I will admit that was a low blow. But if we're going to speak of the pastor, speaking of Joel Osteen, I mean, he was the one that wouldn't let blood victims in the church. He hasn't been canceled, but we're quick to cancel Black women when they make mistakes. And I shouldn't have to come up and be the only man to defend this Black woman, like the other Black women that I have to defend, like the Moniques, like the Jada Pinkett. Everyone wants to just me and Autumn's mom back in the day, we both defended.
Hold on, well let him finish. Let him finish.
I'm just saying, like, anytime a woman does something, especially a Black woman, everyone wants to complain that Black women aren't treated fairly. But as soon as a Black woman makes a mistake, Black women gets along with everyone else and target the Black woman and tries to counsel her and get rid of her. And I'm really tired of it because at the same time, they blame us and say, hey, we don't stick up for Black women and we're not supporting each other. And then when we try, I can't even defend outside people because I can't even get out defending the Black people there that are trying to take the person down. So I'm not trying to say that she deserves complete grace, but maybe we can give her an opportunity to express herself a little bit more and explain what her points were, because I know that she didn't go there to just shame people that live in trailers. I know that all of God didn't bring that woman there to say that. Maybe that's what people took from it.
This isn't her first time. This isn't the second time. This isn't the third time.
I'm not really,
okay, but I don't know her history. I don't know anything about her, so maybe
as like an observer of this religion, I'm not religious. I was actually raised from birth to believe that church is a scam to get people's money. That is what my father believed, and my mom was not into church. She tried it. She ran into people like this and was like, you know what, you're right. So I'm an outsider here. And one thing I will have noticed about this religion, they will forgive this woman because they forgive anything. It does not matter what it is. Kiki Wyatt went on a racist tirade, and people literally act like it never happened the next day. So nothing is going to happen to this woman. They're going to forgive her. She might even say that some spirit or devil or something came over her, or the spirit of vanity or something made her do this.
No, she threatened people.
Be forgiven in a week.
She threatened people the next day because what she said out of her mouth and the things that she said and calling them people broke and living in trailers and building their nephew's name and their cousin name. But she was the victim the next day. This isn't the first time this lady has done this. This ain't the second time this lady has done this. And it will not be the last time that this lady does this. This is what she does. Her and Juanita Bynum, they're both under the sheets, no more sheets, get out the sheets, whatever the heck the name of that thing was. That this is who they are
we
at
can't
their
talk about
core.
neither.
This is who
And
they
people
are.
forgive it and just act like
Okay,
it never
Exactly.
happened.
Yeah,
And
but
the
okay, but at the
and the
you
same
people
can't
time,
that
act
okay,
like
I get your
you're not
believe
point.
giving
I
her
and the
get your
grace
people
point.
that
because this isn't
believe
her first time or
are
her
getting
second
led
time, and it's
astray,
gonna be the last
and
time.
we'll
Can I
just
say
have to pray for
this,
them because
Kobe?
they're going to
Just
have to answer to their maker knowing that they were led astray with such obvious things like this.
Kobe,
But okay, so
let me
we're
just
she shaming people for living in trailers, but we were just making fun. People were just laughing at Tasha K from going from a 10,000 square foot house to an apartment. So
But
when is
we're
it
not standing in
appropriate
nobody's
to shame?
pulpit
Yeah,
either.
but
Because
we're
people
not
were
We're
laughing
pastors.
at
not in
that.
nobody's pulpit and we're
Tasha
not
K
their
did
leader,
that.
but
But
we're
it
not
doesn't
supposed to be
matter. You're still
Wait,
upset
making
that
really
fun of
quick.
a
go.
black
Wait,
woman
wait,
I
lose
think
her
we're
wait,
wealth
pulling in
that's
other
poor, living in a
subjects.
wait.
trailer or
I'm gonna have
apartment.
to. I'm gonna have. Hold on one second, Colby. I really do appreciate your point of view on here. A lot of times you have a different point of view, and on this channel, we appreciate that. So I don't want you to feel like every time you come up, you're the sole person. Last time you came up, I think you dropped down. I ended up defending a lot of the things that you said because you weren't, here to respond. I don't want everybody like if somebody has a difference of opinion, let them get their point out and then respond. You know what I mean? Let's not talk over each other.
yeah. Can I say this? Just
I mean,
Kobe, I don't. Okay, I know you don't know me, but let me be clear. I am not a person that am here to kick or knock down quote unquote black women or black men for that instance. What I stand for is right or wrong. Period.
yep.
In my opinion, across the board. I keep it real simple. I don't care what color you are, I don't care what gender you are. If I hear something
Yep.
and it
Same.
resonates as right with me, I will defend you all the way. If I hear something and to me it resonates as wrong, I'm going to call it out for being wrong. I don't care what color or what gender you are. Period, hands down. So it has nothing to do with defending a particular race or somebody's sexuality or whatever the case may be. That ain't me. Okay. So I wanted to make that part clear. Now, on another point, I will agree with you. There was a time when in churches you're supposed to come, well, not, it's supposed to always be a time. It was a time when church, well, for one, church is supposed to be a place for sick people. We were always taught church is a hospital for sick people. So if you go there expecting people to be perfect, you're in the wrong place. Okay. So of course, if you're going to the church for help or for encouragement or for whatever you go to
I mean,
church
we're all
for,
flawed humans, period.
right. Well, the reason the pastor is usually held up supposedly in higher esteem is because they're supposed to be leading a person. So you don't want to follow somebody in your mind, most people, if you think they are just as flawed or as troubled as you. Not to say that I don't know what churches you've been to. You said your people are in ministry, but not all pastors got it like that. Some people keep it 100% real, and it is what it is. And they start off from little, small. Some people start up in their homes, then get a storefront, and then move on and on and on. I've seen churches grow from nothing. So it's all across the gamut. The point of people coming to church with their hair done and this, that, and the third, it was for respect of God. When you go into
Exactly.
the house and when you go into church, it's like you coming into the house of the Lord and you want to come looking your best and being your best.
Right.
Sometime over time, that changed to come as you are. Now, there's levels to come as you are. Okay. So even I get shocked sometimes when I go to church and I'm like, really? That's what we doing? But I don't say anything because I don't judge people, but I'm not used to seeing certain things. I remember the first time I went to a church and they had a ATM card reader for offering. I'm like, what is that? When we start getting ATM, like, oh, if you ain't got no cash, don't worry about it. We still could take your offering. It felt funny to me, but I understand as technology changes, the church changes. But that's not for me to judge. I hold true to what I have in my heart. I'm here to fellowship, not to get caught up, not to keep up with the Joneses, just to praise and worship and go on home. Okay. Now, other than that, what everybody, we're all going to have to answer if you believe one day that somebody higher than us for what you do here. I don't have to answer to you, to my pastor, to whoever. I'm working towards answering to the man upstairs when I get there. And that's all that matters. And as long as I do stuff with a pure heart and a good conscience, that's all that matters to me.
Well, I just kind of think that Kim was referring to having standards. And then she also referred to making, good decisions. And she was also speaking about people being in the situations that they're in due to poor decision making. And a lot of times we do have to take responsibility for the decisions that we've made to understand the reason as to why we are at the place that we are right here and right now. Just like right now, some people are prepared and some people are not. So, at the end of the day, I don't think what she done. I mean, I think what she said about the trailer, that was a low blow. I do really feel that was low. But at the same time, if we're going to judge her for that, people last week on the same panel were laughing and making fun of Tasha K for moving into an apartment. So is it okay to laugh at Tasha K for losing her wealth and living in an apartment? Or is it only bad when Kim does it and she says the same thing, looking down on people living in apartments or trailers? So it's just kind of like the same energy to me. It's kind of like you don't have what you used to have, or you don't have what I have.
No, I wanted to point out, so I grew up traditionally Baptist, and I was very involved in my Baptist church. I worked in the youth department and children's church. I read the announcements. So I did have roles there. I was also a loan officer working for an online lender, working 60 to 70 hours per week. So when I was able to go to church and work in those roles, I was wearing pants. I would wear leggings with a long blouse, and they actually had a meeting with me, the deacons, because they had a problem with me being a woman wearing pants. So I thought that it was very extra to have a meeting with me. They knew my schedule because I was a hard worker when I volunteered. Of course, they missed me when I was not there. And I said, I'm working all of these hours. That's why when you see me, I'm dressed very casually. But they had no problems depositing my tithes, which was mortgage commission. So I was definitely devoted, but it really put a bad taste in my mouth. So when I watched Kim Burrell's video, it definitely triggered me because I felt like, people, they're so focused on how people look on the outward in church that they miss the opportunity to share God with people. And if we're all supposed to be representatives of God and Christ, we come off very judgmental, very unapproachable when they're just concerned about whether or not a woman is wearing pants or if your tats are visible. I just feel like all of the minor things of life, churchgoers, some of them are obsessed with. And when I say churchgoers, I'm very mindful of that to distinguish them from Christians or people who are spiritual, because I feel like the insincere people, I give them that churchgoers. And of course, it's not all, but some can give people a very bad taste in their mouths. And it's very sad.
That's
Well,
true.
I do
That's why
understand
you have
that,
to
and I'm
find a
sorry you had
church
that
that works.
experience.
You have to
But
find
I
a
do
church
think
that
that the
works
church
for
is where you go
you.
to be judged. The church is where people do judge people. They judge your lifestyle. They judge the way you dress. They judge your family. They'll judge if a woman's wearing too much makeup. They judge everything. So
But should
I
it be,
think that
Colby?
we know that's what
Like,
churches do.
should it be
So,
though?
But it
And
should
I
not
want
be
to
they
say,
that
I
way.
always
want
have been
No,
judgmental. They're
it
talking
should
about your
not be that
spirit.
way. It should not be
to,
that way because some people go to church because they are already wounded. So
Right.
then you
Exactly.
go there and you become more traumatized. So, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel
it's
like,
called church
I
hurt.
know that you do tell yourself,
I'm just
oh,
saying they have standards. Churches have standards.
the pastor is just a man or just a human being. But no, if they're preaching the Bible, which means that they're reading it, they should be able to apply it. And standards, to me, if a woman wears pants, that's minor. I was not lowering the standards by wearing pants to church.
Right. No,
So
I agree.
Guys,
they
I also
they
have a
shouldn't
Can
be
I
question.
talk about the Tasha K thing real quick? Because
It's two different
we-
situations.
yeah, two totally different. We are not nobody's pastor. We are not here ordained to give them the word to talk to speak over their life. We're here to make a mess and make fun of some situations. Yeah. Lift them glasses up. We are messy at times, and we all know it.
Okay, really quick, I want to touch
this
on.
channel.
I want to thank you for that. I want to touch really quick on the comparison of Kim Burrell to Tasha K. Now, Tasha K did get a lot of heat, but that's because Tasha K is a gossip blogger who chose to make things up, and then she got sued for it, and then she never retracted anything other than what the courts made her. So she did get she got a lot of heat for that. I don't think it's fair to call or even really compare it to Kim Burrell because Kim Burrell is a woman of the cloth. I get that you're saying she's old school, but if churches can be new school enough to bring card readers to get tithings, then they can come into the 21st century. And just a little known fact, right now, churches are doing really well with the virtual. Churches were never going to go virtual if it had not been for the pandemic. For the C-19. And so now they're seeing that people like my age and younger are more prone to actually watch the virtual sermons than to physically go into the church. So churches have to move with the times. If Kim Burrell wants to keep getting her fee paid to come and preach to these churches, she's going to have to realize that she's A, not a comedian, B, the things that she says that are problematic will be put on the internet. More than likely, any of the negative things that she says are going to go on the internet before any of the positive. And that's on her. She will need to move with the times because that's her business. I want to say this because, guys, I'm not going to keep doing like 2-hour videos. I got some stuff. First off, for anybody who just got here, we started off with who wore it better. We got Portia Williams or Dwight.
Who? Dwight.
No.
Dwight.
Those are my two choices.
Don't do it.
We got
Dwight.
Dwight. I'm just gonna say Dwight at this point.
Dwight.
Although I do miss Portia's natural body.
No, that eye makeup is horrible on Portia. Ma'am Monroe.
All wrong.
So who we got? Portia, Dwight.
Dwight.
Portia. This one right here. This one right here.
There's a difference in that face right there and that face that he put up on that camera. That face loses.
Agreed.
Where do I know Dwight from? Where is he from?
Roa.
He Dr. Ray.
Who gave a fashion show
He
with
used to be Nene's friend.
Oh, okay.
Loaning Greg money.
That's a queen right here.
The picture was more revealing, you guys. I had to cut it off so that I could stay monetized, but so we're giving it to Dwight. Okay. You guys, we are definitely going to be doing this book. I went ahead and I got it. I'm trying to find the picture. It's The House of Hilton. I will be doing my next book club on The House of Hilton, guys.
Ooh.
The
Big
book
Kathy.
we're going to be exposing Big Kathy on this channel. So I think either my first reading is going to be probably maybe Tuesday. I might do 2 chapters a week while Beverly Hills is going up. So I hope you guys are tuned into that. And for those of you guys who just came in, please like the video. My channel needs those likes in order for them to keep pushing it for YouTube to promote me. I hit my 1 million views 10 days ago.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It doesn't show on YouTube so quickly. So just yesterday is when it actually started showing on YouTube, but I'm really excited. I've been on YouTube. I started YouTube July 2021 and July 2022, I hit 6,100 subscribers and 6,100 subscribers and 1 million views. So I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for all you guys that come up here and talk to me. I'm not that YouTuber who just wants to hear myself talk. I like hearing you guys. I like different opinions. Me and Autumn and Colby, we never agree. But I definitely like you guys.
But man, I want to also say that most of these damn young people go to virtual church because they ain't got to worry about being judged. They can wear what they want to wear. They can look how they want to look and get the word and go back and do whatever they was doing.
Yes, prosperity.
I actually agree with people.
That's where
quite
I am
often.
now.
You want to see Portia?
Guys, I just have a quick question about this whole pants thing. Did they have pants during biblical times?
Mm.
Did they have
So
what?
if pants were not even invented when the Bible was written, how can you apply that to now when you could just go to the store and buy a pair of pants? Like, there's something to think about.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good
because at
point,
that
Callie.
same church that I grew up in, the women can't even distribute communion on
Right.
Communion Sunday. Only the men can give it out.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
let
my
me
mother
just say
didn't
this
wear
real quick.
pants until she passed away. My mother wouldn't wear pants until the day she passed away. I was raised
Right.
in the church. Oh my God,
Kim
what is
had
that?
on pants.
And she
I
should
know.
Oh,
not
those
have been
pants?
wearing
Oh, that's what
that.
they call them, guys?
Actually, these are tights. Kim went and preached at the church with tights on. That's not even
Hey,
pants.
Kool-Aid man. I didn't know they made black Kool-Aid.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh. Can I just say
And I do
something
want to say
here?
that I did agree with Autumn's mom and Callie Nola back in the day per super chat regarding defending Jada. So back in the day, months back when they were defending Jada, the only two, I was having a back in the chat. So there's record of that. So I do have supported them in the past. I just want to say that.
Can I just say something?
I like disagreeing with people. Gabor is like my best YouTube friend. I disagree with him every day.
He's
I
a
mean,
good
that's
person to
that's
disagree
what I
with.
call. Yeah, it's the spice of life. I don't think anybody
They
has to
love
have
to
one
disagree.
mindset.
They sure do.
Like,
Speak of the devil.
okay,
Can I just say one thing?
yeah, what's up?
Hey, Corey, I never got to say hello to you in person, Corey. So hello,
Oh,
5
hey,
years from
babe.
Sherelle's world. So 5 years in,
You
just
know
want to
I
say
love
hello.
you, Kobe. I love you, Kobe. I disagree with you
I
most of
love
the
you
time,
too.
but you do make valid points.
Thank you.
Valid
Thank you.
points. Even though I
Thank
disagree
you.
with it. I love you. I love everyone in our community. I do. Sometimes I may drag y'all, but that's okay. But I love y'all. I love y'all.
Thank you.
And I will never, ever turn on y'all. Ever.
Right.
Do
I
people
believe
get rashes from
everybody's
synthetic wigs?
yeah, we're not
You'll find out soon.
child. I just want to
Nice.
I didn't get a chance to do this yesterday or the day before. Mrs. D Green, I want to congratulate her on her promotion.
Oh,
And I want to
Yay!
congratulate
Congrats.
M if she's in the chat for her raise the other day. She said she was blessed with a raise. I just want to congratulate all the fam who are doing well, who are thriving. Even though we disagree, we love each other.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and they approved my shop on
Congratulations.
IG, y'all. Touch by
Your
Thick Girl has her shop on
Good.
IG. Go check it out.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Congratulations,
That's great.
guys.
Congratulations.
the green. And who was the other one? Eminem.
M, yes.
All right, y'all get to the
Can I just
money.
leave with
Ma'am, you
this
are giving
last
Riley Knox
thought?
teas.
What
What?
You are
happened?
giving Riley Knox teas.
Who's Riley Knox?
You look cute.
Oh, that
The one that does Monique's
designer from
outfit
Potomac.
from Love and Hip Marriage.
Not the oh, not
I just want
the
everybody to remember, especially those that aren't used to being involved in any kind of religious organizations, that churches are just that. They're organizations, and there's different factors, and you have to find the one that's right for you. So you have all different kinds of Christianity. You have all different. You have Baptist. You might have Pentecostal. You might have this one, that one. So some are stricter than others. So instead of wasting your time, because to me it becomes a time waster if you decide to go in and try to change that organization that has been built from back in the day till now, and if they haven't changed, most likely they're not going to change, then try to find one that's already progressing in a direction that fits you and go with that one. Because you have some, and for instance, like Kojic, Church of God in Christ, they're going to be the same forever, okay? And that's probably one where you don't see many women wearing pants and a lot of women doing a lot of different things. So, but if that works for you, go there. And if it doesn't, find one that does. But just at the end of the day, try to just know that no matter where you go, it's more important that you end up having a personal relationship with your God, and it's about you and him corresponding. When you go to these churches, it's really just to be around like-minded people to do the same things that you're doing, and don't get caught up in the hype.
Yes, I didn't understand it when I was younger, when my mama used to make, but I'm glad she gave it to me so I could get it for myself, and I don't have to
Yeah.
go inside of the church to feel what I need to feel. I can
Yes.
talk to them for myself and do all those things.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Man,
And
real
speaking of
quick, guys.
Potomac,
Hold on, 1 second, Colby. Guys, we got over 200 people in this chat, and we only got about 140 likes.
Oh, let me
Hit
like.
the like
Like
button.
the
Even if you're on this panel, hit the like
video.
button.
Oh, I
I
hit the
done
like
gave
button when
y'all
I
a
walk in the
show.
door.
There you go. You
Thank
got
you.
yourself a like from me.
You been
But
on this
guys,
panel. How long you hadn't liked this video?
Look, I got
He
you.
too busy
you
worried
gotta like
about
that
Portia.
video.
He too busy worried
What
about
is wrong with
Portia.
you?
You
Over
too
there
busy
obsessed
worried
with
about
Portia.
Portia.
And stop putting Princessa on the floor. She deserves to be an elect, okay?
Princessa, I'm about to throw her right now.
Don't you dare.
speaking of Potomac, the debate is really gonna crack because I'm Team Giselle. So it's really y'all really gonna hate me then. So it's gonna be on and cracking for
Oh,
sure.
we
Yeah,
never
you
hate
gonna
you,
get it
Kobe.
doing
We just
Potomac.
dislike you for 5 hot minutes.
Giselle.
Mims,
Get on Potomac.
Mims,
Giselle.
I,
How is
I have
that
a
possible? I
question
think
for
you just
you.
trying to go against us at this point.
Nah,
He's
if you
trolling.
check my
Oh,
super chats, you check. Look, I'm
I
5
don't
years
even know
in
why
Sherelle's work.
Giselle
You
is
check
on
my
the
super chats.
show
I've
at
always been
all.
Team Giselle. Always.
I'm just
You know what I
messing
mean, from
with
the
you,
beginning.
Kobe. I'm
So
just messing with you.
But
yeah,
y'all, I just
Mims,
just
want
I
to
saying
have
say
a
though.
really
question
Always.
for
quick.
you. Do you
Y'all, I
watch
just want to say
Rodney the
something really quick
Do you watch
before I
Rodney the
go.
Voice?
Who?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mims,
Rodney the
yeah,
voice.
do
yeah.
you watch him?
Who
Me
he?
and Rodney
I
are
don't.
cool.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
No,
know
I'm
who that is.
asking
I
Mims.
have.
Do you watch him?
Yeah, me and Rodney are cool.
Okay,
watch
so
everybody.
he just mentioned yesterday that he wants to now start doing panels and collaborating with people, and I instantly thought about you two doing something together. Could you reach out to him and make that happen? Because I think you two would be dynamic.
Rodney is crazy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know that he did that. It does
no,
get
he
hard to
said
watch
he had.
everybody's stuff.
Yeah, he said that he normally just does it by himself, but he had done like one collab and now he wants to start doing more. So he wants to start reaching out to other content creators and doing more panels. And I instantly thought of you. So I'm like, wait, I think I saw Mims over here. I'm gonna ask him to reach out. I think you guys would be phenomenal.
You should have sent him a $2 super chat and said, "Start with Mims."
Well, no, see, that's the
Okay.
thing. I didn't catch him live. I caught the replay.
Okay.
I could go back and leave it in his comment section. Yeah, I will do that. I'll go back and leave him a comment. But yeah, okay. I
Okay,
get
but
it.
okay,
Just want
guys,
to say something
we
really
got.
quick
I just wanted to
Oh,
before I.
briefly say about Giselle with Kobe bringing her up. I typically don't really rock with Giselle, but I have to say perhaps she was more in tune to how Monique Samuels is. I feel like I have to give her
Mhm.
that
Yeah,
credit.
yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
gonna have
I've
to.
been
I'm gonna have
team
to
Giselle and
Giselle.
Monique
apologize
in
to
the
her
same
for that.
sentence.
Yeah,
Okay,
Giselle was on point.
you had something else to say, Callie, so we
Yeah,
can close
guys,
out.
I just wanted to say really quick because I'm going to have to jump off of here that there is a difference between protecting a Black woman that's just being blamed for something just because she's a woman or just because she's Black versus a Black woman who is actually doing something wrong. I actually do
Say it.
think that we do need to check other Black people. I think that us allowing other Black people to just run rampant and do all kind of negative things that affect us just because they're Black is a problem in the Black community.
Right.
That's
I
I
the
agree.
agree. Just
problem.
sometimes we want some balance, just a little
Gonna
bit of
draw all
balance, so we can hear, you know,
Well,
That's
I'm
the
just
diversity.
problem.
people,
We let them
period,
get
not
away
just
with it.
women. Men need to be checked too. That's why I was not really so mad at Will Smith because Chris Rock was doing something wrong and inappropriate. I'm
I
not
agreed
saying
with you
I
on
would have
that.
slapped him, but he was dead ass wrong for getting up there doing that. And
Mm-hmm.
the Black community should have stood by Will. They really should have.
I agree.
Okay, guys. Well, this has been a real one. I'm coming back for Beverly Hills on Wednesday. I'm probably gonna do the first chapter of House of Hilton on Tuesday. And as always, you guys let me know what you guys want to talk about. I get a lot of DMs at Make It Make Sense Now about topics, things y'all think are funny or interesting. Thank you guys to my panel. I can take this off. This
Yes,
is a
please
lot.
don't.
Ask Giselle about that
Wow.
synthetic wig breaking your neck out, ma'am. Ask Giselle about that. She'll know a remedy to give you to get that rash off your neck. Once
You starting already?
you know she loves a good synthetic.
Alex
Can't be
Alex is actually a good buddy of mine, so that wouldn't be a hard collab to do. Thank you guys for all coming up. This has been a real show. Be kind to one another.
You have a Raw after show today?
No.
Today?
Don't do
Who
it.
said that fast?
I'm not that interested in it this year.
You know why? You know why?
It's so boring.
You know why?
But you went to Marlo's collection and got her shirt. That ain't fair. That is not fair.
All right, bye. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Bye, Kobe.